but she went back to the land of Hideous, and some of them were happy about what she did, but others of them were not. Not because she saved the baby or anything, no, but because getting all this notoriety might actually make people try to search where Patches is from, and then that might make people come and discover their hidden location, and that wouldn't be good. So, but nah, Patches left them too soon. I mean, she was famous, but she left them soon enough to where they couldn't get any photos or pictures. All they had to do was talk about her, on the news and on the TV and everything, on the internet. But Patches ran back to Hideous, and some were angry with her and some weren't. And the hunter, remember Mr. Man? He found the land of Hideous. And then when he came on the land, all of the animals saw him coming, and they were getting ready, to attack. But then Patches says, "No, that's the guy that saved me." And the hunter came, and he didn't have any weapons or anything. He didn't even bring his dogs. He brought them, but they were on the outer borders of the land of Hideous. And he says, he puts his hand up against his head, and he does that. He did this. Put his hand up against his forehead and tapped it a few times. Then he spread it out, as if he's reaching out for him almost. That's their signal. They were like, all the animals were like, "Oh, that's our universal language." And he says, "I have not come to disturb you. I have not come to threaten you or anything. I just want you to know I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that no human being that you don't want comes here. I'm going to make sure nobody comes here and finds out where your hiding place is." And they understood what he was saying. Do you know why? Because Mr. Man can communicate with animals. Well, those particular animals, he can communicate with them better than he can with animals on the outside. And then all of a sudden, Manwich, the big leader of the wild dogs, he walks up to him, and he says, he looks up at Mr. Man, and he says, "Are you absolutely sure you can do this?" He says, "Absolutely, you have my word, sir. You have my word." "How do you know our language?" He says, "Well, just like your Patches there," and he pointed to Patches, who was looking all cute. He's like, "Here I am," he pointed at me. "Roof, roof, roof." Oh! Just like your Patches over there, I have gifts too. So don't worry. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that this place stays as secret as you want it to be. And the only time I will ever come here is to warn you about something, or when you invite me, if that's okay with you. And then, of course, Alpha, the wolf leader. Alpha's the wolf leader, but Alpha, Manwich, and this big giant lion. I can't say his name yet. Maybe on another story I'll say his name, but we'll call him the king lion. Those are the three leaders of that land. They are. This big giant lion looked, and he says, "So be it. So be it. And we thank you for letting us know for complete certainty that all humans are not evil. Just most of them." So anyway, this lion was bigger than Mufasa. So Mr. Man left in peace, and everything was restored back to normal, But Patches was a celebrity, because even though the people, when when she saved their babies, they didn't take a picture of her, but they told They told these certain sketch artists that could draw what she looked like. And they told these sketch artists that she had a white patch over her right eye. And somehow they knew what her name was. So, anyway, that's the end of this bedtime story. And this bedtime story was entitled Wolves Howling. Rod Simeon, and I thank you for joining me for this bedtime story, and I hope you liked it, because it's not the end of the life of Patches. There's many, many more adventures that she goes on. Rod Simeon, Bedtime Stories, Wolves Howling. Good night.